Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning, welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, this is Trader Joe's dark roast, ground very coarsely, made in the cowboy coffee method. I will say that Trader Joe's dark roast is the best store-bought coffee, like commercial brand coffee I've ever had. Best flavor. It's incredible. The single topic for today is this. It's a question, and then my answer. My wife doesn't want to be married anymore. What should I do? So we're kind of doing a Q&A, and I do have an extended answer for that. By the time a woman says that she doesn't want to be married to you, she's already thought about it. She doesn't pop it on you on a Monday because she thought about it over the weekend. Most likely she thought about it for months ahead of time, maybe even years, depending on what her impulse level is. Most people don't want to leave marriages. They're very hesitant to. Most people, that is. But when people have options, they give up on one end and start investing in another end. They just go through the motions. I knew a gal that started calling her husband the roommate. She started sleeping in the other bedroom, and literally they were two people living under the same roof. She had a boyfriend, and she was pretty sure he might have a girlfriend. So like they didn't consider it cheating. It's weird. But when the wife does the leaving, she left mentally long before she told you. That is a fact. The question is, my wife doesn't want to be married anymore. What should I do? Here's my answer. Do exactly as I say. There's no wiggle room here. This is where you need to be 100% obedient to what I say. Start working on you. You. Don't try to figure out what's going on. Don't try to figure it out. You will lose sleep and weaken your body, weaken yourself mentally. Sleep deprivation is a horrible thing. You might already be sleeping on the couch or in a spare bedroom, or she's already somewhere else. Don't try to figure out what's going on. Because as men, we like to provide solutions and fix things. Sometimes things are broken beyond repair. And one of the indications that I have experienced, not only personally, but also talking to hundreds and hundreds of men and couples over the years as a professional therapist. That is what I did full-time for 22 years, and that's what my degrees are in. That's what I'm trained to do. It's my experience is. I know this stuff like the back of my hand. It's instinctual to me. Do nothing. Don't try to figure out what's going on. She decided that she wants to leave the marriage long before she told you. Then she just needed to get up the courage to tell you. And what could have provoked that was a fight. It could be pressure from an outside boyfriend. Women rarely ever leave a man and go to nothing. They always are attracted to something else. Some people like to call that monkey branching. I'm not so fast to use all of that terminology because it does kind of put people in little capsules, little categories, and I don't want to categorize things. I don't want to paint with broad brush strokes to the point where at the end of this we come to the conclusion that all women are like that or all men are like that. I don't want to do that. That is not a rational approach to what's happening right now. Now, it might be because you were an idiot. It might be because you drank too much. It might be because you did drugs too much. You were high all the time. Maybe you lost a job and you stayed home and you wanted to be a stay-at-home dad, which is one of the worst decisions a man can ever make. And if you have kids, it's even more horrible. I just don't think the kids should see a man staying home. I mean, if you're working from home, that's one thing. But if the wife is going to work and the kids are watching mommy to go to work while dad is staying home, not a good thing. If a man gets laid off and says, I can't find a job, I just can't, McDonald's is hiring. I don't care. McDonald's is always always hiring. There's no excuse. No excuse. You can't stay home. One of the things that a wife will lose respect for you for is the giving up. Even if you work for $9 an hour, yes, it's difficult, but you know what? It's cash flow coming from you. The last thing a woman wants to do is play the masculine role of provider. She will start to resent you. And over a period of time, that resentment just becomes a decision. She's just waiting for when the time is right. And it could be an incident that sparks that or triggers that. That's it. This marriage is over with. We're done. In her mind, she might have said that. We're done. I can't have a man like this who just sits home and feels sorry for himself. Self-pity is very unattractive on a man. It's a trap that I used to fall into, was self-pity. Can't do that. That's why I always say, talk to another man, talk to a brother. Never, ever, ever. Well, I only tell the truth to my wife. Stop it, dude. Stop it. That's why you're in the situation that you're in. Well, we have a clear relationship. Dude, that's your first problem. Be a man, suck it up, talk to another man, talk to a brother. Your wife is not your garbage can where you pour your garbage into her. She wants to be led. She doesn't want to be cried to, like one female follower of mine said. She's tired of meeting men who cry more than she does. That made me laugh. Don't try to figure out what's going on. She decided long before she told you. As I like to say, it's better to save the man than save the marriage. Men will expend themselves. They will run on fumes. Their gas tank will go right down to empty trying to save a marriage. And then, guess what? She's fine when the marriage ends and you're running on empty. Don't try to get her back. Get you back. A lot of men try to save the marriage. There's a difference. Now listen. They're trying to get her back versus saving the marriage. Both things are pretty futile, if you ask me. Getting her back doesn't mean you're going to save the marriage. It just means that you have a roommate that didn't move out. Get you back. So now, you have to do what I say, exactly what I say. Listen to me, dude. Listen to what I say. For the next 90 days, I'm going to give you 10, 11 things that you're going to do, that you need to do. And you need to write these things down on a piece of paper or a card or something. Number 1, you need to walk 5 miles a day. That's going to take me time. Yeah, it will. At a brisk pace. We're not talking running. I don't care if you never walked before. Start with 2 miles a day, 3, 4, and then 5. 5 miles a day. It'll take about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. Listen to a podcast. Don't do anything. If you are an ADD kind of person and you need to be entertained while you're walking, then listen to a podcast. But maybe for part of the walk, listen to nature. Just listen to nothing. How's that sound? Because you are probably a person who is overdosing on media and sound and junk and data and information. Walking is a beautiful way to let out stress and not have to take anything in. Walking is the best de-stressor that you can do. Not running. Not running. Walking. 5 miles a day. Number 2, you need to work out 3 to 4 times a week. I don't care if it's with weights at a gym, or you're doing calisthenics, only using body weight, or you're using bands, those big rubber bands, or an exercise ball of some type, medicine ball, anything like that. 3 to 4 times a week. Because you're accumulating frustration because things aren't going to get better. All of this is worse for the kind of guys that fawn over their wife early on. There's a difference between appreciating and loving your woman and then self-deprecating your whole life. If every anniversary, I don't know what I would do without her. Guess what? You just trained yourself to not know what to do without her. I would just die if she ever left me. Guess what? You trained yourself to die. Now the death process is taking place. Your words are important. Your body and mind will do what you tell it to do. You don't listen to anyone else. You got to do exactly what I say here. Number 3, eliminate sugar, minimize carbs, and increase your protein. Someone said to me once, and I've got a fairly decent body for 60 years old. Literally. I mean, the face is old and the gray hair, but the body is not 60 years old. People said to me, you're on TRT, you're on testosterone. I'm like, no, I'm not. Or someone said, what kind of shot are you taking? And I said, I'm taking ribeye. That's it. Meat. Ribeye is my protein shake. Red meat, period. And I eat vegetables. I've always said this, that plants are medicine and meat is food. You can't live on medicine, but you can live on meat. You find someone who's sick, you give them meat, they rally. Meat and water. Work out 3 to 4 times a week. Resistance exercises. Men, do not fall into this yoga trap. Stop it with this yoga stuff, okay? If you want to stretch, that's cool. But enough with the yoga already. You got to have hardcore resistance. You have to break down muscle. It has to rebuild. You have to put your muscles under tension. That's what needs to happen 3 to 4 times a week. Specifically, I don't care if you already work a physical job. Yeah, but I work at a factory and I lift and move heavy things all day. Not the same. Sorry, not the same. You need to intentionally work out 3 to 4 times a week. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It can be 30 minutes. Minimize carbs, increase protein. Number 4, you need to get 8 hours of sleep every day. Protect your sleep. Do whatever it takes to protect your sleep. When a man is going through stress and your wife is on her way out, you need to get your sleep. You need to get your sleep. If you decide to have a little side piece, a little girlfriend on the side, or have a little hanky-panky with a gal at work or out and about, that's a Band-Aid. That's not going to help you deal with stuff. It's a Band-Aid. The pain will still be there. If you think a girlfriend's going to help you out, you're wrong, because if that was true, when your wife leaves, you'd be celebrating. You could have a girlfriend, and then on the day that your wife moves out of the house, you will still cry. So much for the healing power of a girlfriend. So, get 8 hours of sleep daily. 8 hours of sleep. You might end up losing all sexual urges just because of depression. Don't worry about it. You might experience sexual dysfunction. You might lose all sexual desire, which might be weird for you as a guy. And for the first time in your life, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I don't even have the desire for sex anymore. It's okay. There are seasons to everything, okay? You are approaching the fall and winter of life when this is happening. The trees in my backyard don't have a single leaf on them right now. I would be tempted to think that they're dead, but I know they're not. I know it's winter. When I look outside, I just think it's winter. But spring is coming, and the buds will form, and the leaves will be back at the end of spring, and summer will be wonderful. Right now, you might think that you're dead, but it's just winter. Number 4 was get 8 hours of sleep daily. Whatever you have to do to protect that time. I sleep from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. I need my 8 hours of sleep. It's easy for me to get up at 4. It's hard for me to go to bed at 8. I'm at the point in my life where I can get up, there are some days where I think I want to get up at 3 o'clock. I mean, I wake up at 3 and I'm thinking, why lay here for another hour? Just get up and I start doing stuff, and I make a cup of coffee, check my email, and then at 4 o'clock I hit the road. I'm out walking. Like I did today. Very cold out, 25 degrees. Cold. But protect that sleep. Sleep is when, someone talked about muscle growth. Your muscles don't grow in the gym. You know where they grow? In your sleep. When you're sleeping. You tear down muscle in the gym, It regenerates and grows while you're sleeping in recovery. Same thing. Life wears the heck out of you, mentally and emotionally, in the life gym. But when you sleep, that's when you restore. Then you have dreams and you solve problems. The mind is a beautiful thing. The mind and heart heal while you're sleeping. Excessive sleeping can be a sign of depression or discouragement. I get that. I 100% get that. But now you are walking 5 miles a day. You're working out 3 to 4 times a week. You need your 8 hours. I like to say that I need my 7 to 9 hours. If I get minimum 7 hours, I'm good. But you need 7 to 9 hours. Let's just say 8 hours a night. Protect that. Do whatever you have to do to start winding down at 7 o'clock at night, so by the time your head hits the pillow at 7:45, that you just drift off. And you look at your sleep tracker, you look at your phone, and you see, okay, I went to sleep at 8 o'clock. And then you wake up at 4, no problem. Your biggest discipline is going to be getting to bed early. Super important. We want to keep you normal. Okay, so I'm kind of looking at preventive and healing measures right now. You're broke, you're hurt, you don't even know it at this point. Number 5, drink more water than you already do. Oh, I drink water a lot. Drink more. Add 1 more glass of water. Add 1 more glass of water. I guarantee you, because of your stress and what you're dealing with, you're getting dehydrated. And emotions, you get more emotionally labile when you are dehydrated. When you find yourself losing sanity, clarity, and reason, drink a bottle of water, a glass of water. That should be your first response. Literally 20 to 30 minutes later, all of a sudden life seems better, doesn't it? Because you were dehydrated. The dehydrated brain can't think properly. So drink more water than you already do. I'm not going to be one of those guys that says, drink, 8 glasses of water a day. Just drink more than you already do. And you'll know what that limit is. Number 6, eliminate TV watching. If you have to, take the TV out, cancel cable. Literally, eliminate TV watching. Television does nothing but program you. There's nothing on television where everything, let me put it this way, everything that's on TV is meant to sway you, to change you, to move you, to influence you, somehow, some way. There's very little entertainment. For instance, if you watch Amazon Prime or Netflix, watch the movie, turn it off. None of this TV on indefinitely thing. Part of eliminating TV watching is getting rid of the news. Get rid of the news. It's all fake. 100% of it's fake. I don't care what news you watch. It's all fake. Turn it off. You don't need to know about the bad things that happened or were manufactured or blown up or exaggerated during the day. You don't need that. Eliminate TV. Your life will change. I guarantee that. Number 7, talk to God while you walk. But George, I'm not a Christian. Talk to God. I don't care what you say. If you're just mumbling under your breath, talk to God. If you don't believe in God, pretend there's God. Let me put it this way. I like to look at it like this. Just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I can say I don't believe in gravity, but if I climb up on the roof and step off the edge, I'm going down. You know why? Because of gravity. Gravity doesn't care if I believe in it or not. I have to respect it. So while you're walking, just talk. Talk. Confess. Spill out things, regrets, things that you wanted, things that you want, grief. You'll feel better. That's number 7. Number 8, confide only in a male friend or a brother. Your wife is not your garbage can. If you have junk that you need to unload, she is not the person. She's not your best friend. I know there's going to be a lot of nut jobs that are telling me, I married my best friend. No, you didn't. Then you're not a leader in your home. You're not a leader in your home. You're not a leader. Maybe that's why she's leaving you. I don't know. When women leave marriages, sexually they do stuff with men that they would never do with you. They want to get tied up, or they are a little more risky, sex in a public place or in a car, or, you know, get more sexual with the new guy than they ever were with you. And I don't mean to be R-rated or X-rated here. That's not my goal. The reason, or they get real aggressive with another man because you were just oatmeal in the marriage. A sexless marriage, or a very little sex marriage, will create a sexual monster in a woman. The woman who didn't have sex for 6 years will become the most unbelievable octopus, just wrapping her tentacles around you. And if you men who've dated women who are just out of marriages, holy crap, it's the best sex you've ever had in your life, right? Because she was in her cage and living with oatmeal, and now she wants it. Holy cow. I regret experiencing that and telling you that, but I've been through that many times. Tell your crap to a brother, to a male friend. Don't empty out your junk, your emotional stuff on your wife. Don't do that. She will lose respect for you. She will lose respect. Maintain strength. The more you cry to your wife, the less she respects you. Bottom line. Listen to me. Ignore this at your own peril. Never cry in front of your wife. When is it okay to cry? Birth and death. The birth of a child, the death of people, parents. Yeah. Other than that, keep a strong, she wants a strong man, a lighthouse. Strong. Not weak. Number 9, think before you talk. No impulsive words during that time. If you emotionally vomit all the time in your marriage, as it's exiting, you're creating really bad memories and you're making it harder to leave. Do that with a therapist, a coach, a friend. Now, can you see why walking 5 miles a day, staying hydrated, and working out is important? Because many of you whose marriages are ending and will end, you're going to say things. It's going to be like the cop when I asked him, I said, did you ever shoot anyone? I remember when I was really young, I asked a cop, did you ever shoot anyone? And he says, no. He says, you realize, he goes, when you pull a trigger, you can't call that bullet back. So you have to think like that, like lightning. Think and suppress and say no. Your words are like a bullet. Once they leave your mouth, you can't call them back. They do damage. Words, I believe, damage women more than men. And boy, we can spit out some stuff, can't we? Now, when women spit out some stuff, that can hurt as well. But women really get hurt by words. So, think before you talk. No impulsive words. Number 10, start a side hustle job that only you know about. I don't care if it's just selling stuff on eBay. I'm dead serious. Going to Goodwill and buying a book for $2.50 and selling it for $10. Okay, so you made what? $7.50 profit. If you do that, think about it. If you do that with 10 books a week, what's that? $75. How much is that a month? $300. Just simple things like that. If you have the ability to have a little side hustle, do it. It actually increases your confidence in being a man. Earning helps you be more confident and happy about being a man, and you don't feel like a loser. One of the things a lot of men feel is like they feel like we gained our confidence and trophy when we got the pretty wife. Okay, cool. But what about when she leaves? What else leaves? The confidence, the trophy, all of that goes. So that's why I'm always careful about the trophy wife. And just constantly, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful. You know, like the guys, how the guys do to women all the time on Instagram and such. Number 11, let her go. Let her go. Let her go. You can't save anyone. Don't work to get her back. Work to get you back. Now, I just gave you 11 things. 11 things right there. And when I look at the responses to that, most of the people agreed. Some people didn't. Some people are stupid. But you must do exactly what I tell you. Exactly. Get you back, don't get her back. You know why? A stronger you is more equipped to get your family back, if that's what's going to happen. Or if she is prone to come back, which most likely she is not. There's an equipped, stronger you. And that's the goal of this, to make you strong. And for the ladies that are watching this, support your man. Support your man. Direct him to watch this channel and hear these messages. My goal is not to make weak, obedient men that have to like give a testicle up, or have to, like, there are, what's the word, trade-offs. Being married is give and take on both people's part. It really is. But there's so many people that just give, and there's nothing left for them. And then you burn out. And then you look for attention, or you look for that emotional or sexual nutrition elsewhere if you're not getting it in the home. With that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason. I hope this helped you.